This is one of the biggest updates I have ever seen come to Brawl Stars. From the 38 skins to the 83 balance changes, we have a brand new solo showdown variant, 6 new hypercharges, new battle cards, an entire new ranked mode, new maps, new environments, and so much more. Now there are a ton of things that I really love about this update, and another thing that I really love is today's sponsor. Every year we get new phones that make small improvements over the last generation, but this year, the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, in my opinion, has taken a big leap. Now I could go on and on about all of the tech specs and the features, but I'm not going to. What I care about is, does it work for me? And while yes, the S24 Ultra does indeed absolutely shred when it comes to gaming, one of the things that I like most about it actually is the cameras. Whether I'm taking still photos, like this one of our new puppy, using the S24 Ultra to film video on a new woodworking channel that I'm starting, or getting behind the scenes footage of tribe recordings, the cameras are just really good. The feel of this phone is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's like the titanium on the edges or the flatter screen, but whatever it is, this phone just feels right in your hands, whether that's playing games or just scrolling through the web. It's something that you honestly need to check out for yourself to understand. And if you want to check out the new Samsung S24 Ultra, there's going to be a link in the description where you can go see why me and the other tribe guys like this phone so much. Big thanks to Samsung for sponsoring today's video. Let's start this off with the massive list of balance changes that are really going to shake up the meta. Now there are 11 brawlers that are getting buffs, and the first of those is Doug. They are removing the damage and healing fall-off dependency on proximity for Doug, which means that you're going to do the same damage as Doug whether you're up close or far away, and likewise the same healing regardless of your range as long as you can hit the brawler. Griff is getting 3 buffs. First off, they are increasing his main attack damage. Secondly, they are slightly increasing his supercharge rate. And last, his gadget Piggy Bank, the damage is going from 1300 up to 1400. Nita's Bear Bruce is getting his hit points increased. Otis is getting his main attack damage increased, as well as his gadget Fat Splatter, the damage is going up from 1100 to 1150. Ash is getting his rage gain from basic attacks increased. Ruff's main attack damage is also being increased, as well as his gadget Air Support. They are increasing the damage from 1120 up to 1200. El Primo is getting 3 buffs. First off, they are increasing his main attack damage. Secondly, his gadget Asteroid Belt, they are increasing the damage from 2880 up to 3040, as well as his star power El Fuego, they are increasing the damage on that as well. Gale is going to be getting 2 buffs. The first of those is that they are increasing the damage from his super, as well as they are slightly increasing the supercharged rate gained from his super. Next up is Barley, and they are increasing his super damage, as well as they are also slightly increasing his supercharge that he gains from landing shots with that super. Next up is Gene. They are increasing his main attack damage. Also, they are increasing the damage from his gadget Vengeful Spirits from 1536 to 1600. And the final 2 buffs are going to Penny. First off, they are increasing her main attack damage. Secondly, they are increasing the damage from her star power Master Blaster. That is going to help some brawlers get stronger, but there are 6 brawlers who are getting their abilities nerfed, and the worst offender and the first on the hit list is going to Fang, who is getting nerfed 4 times. The first of these nerfs is his fresh kick star power, as now it will no longer charge his hypercharge on kills. And speaking of charging his super, his hypercharge popcorn will no longer give supercharge as well. They've also reduced the damage of the hypercharged popcorn from 100 down to 50% of the super damage. And lastly, they have decreased his hypercharge damage from 20 down to 15%. Now it's not just Fang's hypercharge is getting nerfed, actually all of them are getting changed, but I'll get there in a second. Next up is Pearl, and she is getting her hit points reduced. And the twins, Larry and Lori, well, they're not through with the nerfs yet either. They're getting 2 more nerfs. First off, they are reducing their main attack damage once again, as well as they are decreasing the throwing range of Larry. Amber is also seeing her main attack damage reduced, as well as the damage from her gadget Dancing Flames. Buster is getting his main attack damage reduced as well. Cordelius is seeing a slight change where he will now no longer be able to use his jump gadget while while in the Shadow Realm. Charlie is also seeing a nerf as they are going to be reducing her super projectile speed. And the last change to abilities is that Edgar's Let's Fly gadget no longer charges his hypercharge. Now there's also a wholesale change to hypercharges. First off, a brawler's hypercharge duration will no longer get extended by gaining supercharge while this hypercharge is active. This is a big change that will affect all hypercharged brawlers, but the changes to hypercharges don't stop there because every hypercharge has had its stats changed. Now, some of these changes are overall nerfs to the hypercharge, and some of them have both buffs and nerfs that equate to just a change. Now, I'm not going to read off all of them, but you will see a graphic on screen showing you what is being changed. But just so that we're all on the same page, I'll go through the first one with you. Colt is getting his hypercharge multiplier reduced by 5%, which means that his hypercharge will charge up slower, and his hypercharge damage is being decreased by 5% as well, from 30% extra down to 25% extra. His movement speed while hypercharged is being decreased by 4%, and his added shield while his hypercharge is active is being decreased by 5% as well. So those are the 4 categories that can be changed. So when we look at Colette, you'll see that only 2 of these have been nerfed, as her extra speed and shield both take a hit. Now the other hypercharge nerfs that we see here will be going to Maisie with her speed and shield getting nerfed, as well as Lou with his speed and shield as well. Bull is seeing his speed, shield, and his rate decreased, and Dynamite gets the same treatment as Bull. But there are also other hypercharges that are seeing both buffs and nerfs, so overall it's just a change in how that they will work. For instance, Crow is going to be able to charge his hypercharge a whopping 20% faster. However, the extra damage is being reduced by 5%, and while he will get 4% faster during his hypercharge, his shield will be decreased considerably. Now, other brawlers who are both getting nerfs and buffs to their hypercharges include Charlie, who is getting her rate buffed, but the other 3 nerfed. Edgar, as I had mentioned, has an extra one, as his gadget will no longer charge his hypercharge, but he's also getting his rate and speed buffed, while his damage and shield will see a nerf. Shelly is getting a nerf to the charge rate and damage, but a buff to her shield. Spike, however, is seeing 3 nerfs to his rate, his speed, and his shield, but his damage is getting 5% stronger. Jessie gets 2 buffs and 2 nerfs, but notably, her rate is being increased by 20% as well, allowing her to get it much faster. Miko, on the other hand, is getting 1 buff and 1 nerf. Jackie is getting a considerable damage nerf, but a large buff to her shield. And finally, Rosa is getting the same treatment as Jackie with a damage nerf, but she will be getting even faster during that hypercharge. Overall, the hypercharges are still going to be very strong. However, they will not last as long as they have been. That was a lot of balance changes, and hopefully it will allow some new brawlers to shine in the new meta. Now let's take a look at the 6 new hypercharges coming in this update. First off, we have Belle. When she activates her hypercharge, her super will home in on a target. Now, it's similar to the way that Piper's homemade recipe works, but it is way stronger. This thing will really curve. Put it this way, if the person you're shooting at is in range, it's going to hit them. It does take her around 10 shots to fully charge her hypercharge, and when she gets it, it's good. It's not great, but it could be worse. One that is great, however, is Buzz. Like, holy poop spike on a stick, it's insane. This hypercharge is crazy overpowered. When active, Buzz has infinite supers and stuns. Now you can either go full Spider-Man and just super yourself everywhere, or you could just wreck the entire other team, like all of them. I for sure see a nerf in its near future. Sprout's hypercharge is a strange one. It takes quite a while to charge up, but once you have it, it's basically like an electric fence. However, even after that hedge fades, it leaves electric residue on the ground lingering to deal damage. For every block of the hedge that touches someone, it will deal 500 damage per block. So if you center it on a high safe, it will deal around 32% of the entire safe's damage in one super. Now I can see this one being situationally very good, but overall, not real amazing. El Primo's, however, is very solid. It makes his area of impact for his super a little larger and will pull enemies in when he gets there rather than knocking them back. Now, it's not like an S tier hypercharge, but it is a solid one and it feels well balanced, even if it does take a while to charge it up. Now, for Cord's hypercharge, whenever he uses it and takes someone into the Shadow Realm, it slows them down in addition to the normal reload debuff that they get. So Cord's moving fast, you're moving slow, and you can't hardly reload shots. Yeah, it's basically like an I win button, because if you get put in a hypercharged Shadow Realm, you may not know it yet, but you're already dead. And the final hypercharge is for BB. Now this one is actually pretty cool. Her bubble will split in a Y pattern if it hits anyone. Now it can only split one time per super, but I mean, hey, if you get everyone lined up for you, you can wreak havoc. Again, it's not like the greatest overpowered one, but it charges quick and will for sure inflict some extra damage on people. Overall, it's very solid and fun. Next up, let's take a look at the new skins. I'll tell you how much each of them cost and when they'll be released, as well as we're going to look at their effects and animations. First up, we have the Brawl Pass skin of the Sands of Time season, which is Shelly Dancer. You will get this at the end of the paid Brawl Pass, and if you purchase the Brawl Pass Plus, you'll get the two color variations, Dahlia and Iris. Now, all of these skins are really nice. They look good and they fire out gemstones with their shot animations. So if you like them and you're able to, then you'll be able to get them on the Brawl Pass, and if you do pick up the Brawl Pass, I would appreciate you using code LEX. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help support me and this channel keep making content for you all. Then there's the epic skin Dynasty Mike. This will come from the new ranked mode out of the ranked star drops. Now, the drop chances will be increased to get him from one of them, so if you like the skin and you want it, then be sure to play the new ranked mode, which I'll cover here in just a minute. Then there is the legendary skin Scorpion Chuck. Now, this skin will set you back 299 gems, but it does come with a whole host of features such as a profile icon, a spray, as well as pins and custom voice lines. For his shot, he fires out sand, and then for his super, he leaves a trail of sand behind him and his scorpion. Now, it is a pricey skin, but that scorpion looks cool. Now the next is a 199 gem mythic skin in Thief Edgar. For the cost, you'll get a pin, a spray, and a profile icon to go along with it. His attacks leave a little bit of sand with a strike, and then in his super, he unleashes the sandstorm and leaps in. And the final Sands of Time skin for this season is the epic skin Sir Genie. It's Surge, but he's a genie. Hence the name Sir Genie. His shots fire out a floating hand that look pretty cool, but when he uses a super, it gets way cooler because the hand lifts him into the air. All in all, for an epic skin, it's a really nice one. Now, perhaps my favorite set of skins in some time are going to be the skins for the next season in Brawl Stars, the Ragnarok season. The Brawl Pass skin for the season is Fenrir Buzz, which is an epic skin, but it looks really cool. Now, if you get the Brawl Pass Plus, you'll get two color variations of this skin in Mork and Elder Fenrir Buzz. Another epic skin is Odin Cordelius. This model looks amazing with Odin's ravens joining the fight. For his animations, he fires off shots from his spear, but for his super, he unleashes his raven to send his target to the Shadow Realm. It is a really awesome skin. Now, the ranked skin of the season will be Loki Chester, which is also really amazing. I especially love the model on this one, but the shot animations are also top notch as well. So if you like it, be sure to play the ranked mode and pick it up for free. Then there is the mythic skin for Jessie with Scotty Jessie. Now, Scotty is traditionally the goddess of winter, bow hunting, and the mountains, and she takes that love for winter and uses it as her animations for her main shot, fires out these ice balls. Scotty also has a pet wolf, and Jessie channels that when she transforms Scrappy into an ice wolf. Once again, this is a really great skin that's going to set you back 199 gems. And then there is the legendary skin Thor BB. For the price of 299 gems, you're going to get a bunch of goodies to go along with a bunch of new voice lines.
Mjolnir says hi!
The shot animations are really cool, and there's a custom effect when getting a takedown as well. Now, for her super, she launches her hammer that, in Norse mythology, has a very special name, and that name is Mjolnir. Now, there is a lot to like about this skin, and the price, well, it reflects that. And the final skin in the Ragnarok season is one that I can't show you yet, but we did get a glimpse of it in the Brawl Talk, and that is Sif Melody, which is a 29 gem skin. We also have 3 new Line and Friend skins. 2 of them are super rare skins, and the first of those is Colette with Fangirl Coney. There's a lot to like about this skin, as well as it has custom shot animations, as well as one for her super that goes along with that cool model. Likewise, another 79 gem skin is Balloon Sally, which will be for Gus. This one I like even better than the Colette skin. I think it's awesome. From the winning animation where Gus blows up Spooky to the spirits that he leaves on the ground that have that little Sally face. It's a really fun skin that I will absolutely be getting. And then the final Line and Friend skin is Rocket Brown, which will be for Brock. Now this one is an epic skin, and just like L Brown, Rocket Brown has a huge funny head, but he adds some cool shades to fit Brock's personality. He breakdances when he comes into the scene, and in battle, he fires out sallies from his rocket, leaving a really cool angry Sally face in the fire on the ground. This is a great skin for sure, and for one of my favorite brawlers. We're also getting 2 new mecha skins, the first which is going to Colt. Now there's the main skin that has Colt's normal colors on his mech suit, and then there is Paragon Mecha Colt with a light palette of colors. On the other side, we have Renegade Mecha Colt for the dark and foreboding feel. Now this is a legendary skin, so you're gonna get all of the goodies to go along with it, like his custom mech voice lines. His shots and his super both look really awesome. Now, the shot effects don't change for the color variations, as it's all the same effect, but there is a cool takedown effect as well. However, Colt isn't the only mecha skin that we're getting. A surprise to me was that we are getting Mecha Leon as well. And once again, this is a 299 gem legendary skin that has 2 color variations, as well as all the pins, spray, and icon to go along with the purchase. Now, Radiant Mecha Leon is the light color, and perhaps my favorite is the Shadow Mecha Leon. He throws cool ninja stars, and when he takes somebody out, there's a custom effect there as well. Add to that the Mecha voice lines, and it is a welcome addition to the Mecha squad. We're also getting 5 new True Silver and True Gold skins with Maisie, RT, Cordelius, Doug, and Pearl. Now, the True Silver skins will cost you 10,000 gold, and after you get the silver skin, you can purchase the gold one for an additional 25,000. Now, traditionally, these aren't the most popular skins, but if you've got a bunch of excess gold laying around and nothing to buy, well, then here you go. And the final skins of the season are just categorized as miscellaneous skins. Of those, the wildest one is the mythic skin, Poop Spike. Oh yeah, Spike gets transformed into just a big old pile of crap. And then he slings that poo around with his shots, leaving brown stains everywhere. Kind of redefines skid marks. For his super, he launches a toilet that has a plunger stuck in it, and when it breaks on the ground, well, I mean, yeah, you probably saw that coming. But the little piles inside have rainbows coming out of their mouths, so cute poo? Now, decidedly less crappy, but perhaps more annoying, is El Primo Shark. This is an epic skin that will cost you 149 gems. Now, at first, El Primo's Shark is a little bit nervous, but before long, he starts to dance and then gets embarrassed again, and then he just reverts to his old self and starts flexing, which is probably why this skin reminds me of OJ.
I've only been working out for 2 years.
His punches are, unsurprisingly, sharks, and he brings the ocean with him when he supers. And then we have the 29 gem skin, Squeaky Note, which is just Squeak with some tax put in him. He's a sticky note, but like much more squeaky. Now this is just the model, as it's only a rare skin, but it does look amusing and it's pretty affordable. And finally, we have Red and Blue Pitcher Fang. Now both of these models, regardless of the color, have the same animations for their attacks and their supers, but they do get different pins. So if you like them, you can pick up whichever color you like the best. Personally, I think the blue one's pretty cool. Now then, who's ready for some cool new game modes? Just like we got this cool new loading screen for the season, which is actually pretty dope. I love the vibe of this. Now, as for the new game modes, the first of them is the new solo showdown variant called Trophy Escape. For this new mode, you can think of it as solo showdown, but with some huge twists. Now, you start off with -1 trophies above your head, and that will go up for every trophy you collect. There are both shooter bots and punchy bots on the map, and they have a trophy over their head, and as expected, if you kill one of them, you'll get a trophy. Now, there are also power cube boxes spread around, but they don't seem like they're as plentiful as a normal solo showdown game. Now, if you kill another player, they're going to drop the trophies that they have over their head, and you can pick them up. Now, in this mode, there are really 3 outcomes that can happen. First off, you can die, and well, you'll lose trophies, regardless of how many you had over your head when you die. Secondly, after 5 players have been eliminated, the escape hatches around the map will open up. And at this point, you can decide to either keep fighting or find one of those and escape the match, and in the process, keep however many trophies you have gained. Now, the third option is to keep fighting and attempt to win, but if you do, you're risking it all. The way this works is that unless you are the last person standing, you will lose. If you come in what would normally be second place in solo showdown, you lose. So if you want to be sure to bank those trophies, be sure to escape with ones you got. This is a very fast-paced and rather hectic mode that will be available the day of the update. Now, the next massive change in this update is that
Power League is dead.
well, in name at least. It's more like a full rework of Power League that has been renamed Ranked. Now, this new Ranked mode is segmented into 2 different sections. From Bronze League up through Gold, the games will be played just like Mega Pig. It's a best of 1 where you queue up, you find a match, you see the map and the mode and the modifier, you pick your brawler and you play. If you win, you'll gain ELO points. However, once you reach Diamond League and higher, the format will be just like the current Power League in that there will be a pick and ban phase. Now, the major difference here is that there will be modifiers in all games across all leagues. Now, the rewards have been reworked as well. Progressing through each league will reward you with a star drop at the end of each rank, as well as 2 ranked star drops in the process of getting there. Now, in these ranked star drops, you will find past Power League skins and cosmetics, as well as the current ranked mode cosmetics, including the skin of the season. Now, the skin of the season will have a higher drop chance than some of the other skins, as well as you will not have to purchase the skin after unlocking it. You'll get it right there and then. Now, as you've seen already, the visuals for ranked mode have changed and they look really awesome. These ranks will be visible on your battle card and will include a cool background behind your brawler when you load into each game. They look cool and they're going to be a great way for you to show off your dedication for this ranked mode. And while Fame isn't part of the ranked mode, it's getting a similar treatment with its new Fame ranks. For each new Fame rank that you achieve, you'll get a profile icon, a pin, and a background for your battle card that you can toggle between the Fame and the ranked mode adornment for your battle card, or you can just turn it off altogether. Now, in this ranked mode, there will be brand new modifiers each season, and for this season, the modifiers will be Quickfire, Big Friend, and Timed Detonation. For Quickfire, each time you land a shot, you will gain 10% of your total ammo bar back. With the modifier Big Friend, all of the brawlers on your team have hit points equal to the highest hit point brawler on your team. So if you're a tick and there's a Frank on your team, well, now you're a tick with 14,000 hit points. And for the final modifier for this season, it's called Time Detonation, where the terrain progressively gets destroyed as the match goes on until there are no walls or grass left. Now, for the April season, we are getting Barbed Ammo, where all damage dealt also leaves a 10% damage over time component on the enemy. Then there's another one called Sick Beats, where all of the brawlers are immune to any form of crowd control. And then there will be a third modifier that will carry over from the March season, but they haven't yet decided which one it will be. And of course, there's always the classic mode, which is just a normal game of Brawl Stars. Now, the final part of the new ranked mode is that there's going to be a full report function. How this works is that after each game, you will have the option of reporting someone for grief play, cheating, or for just being a bad random. Now, if you're reported, it will affect your reputation, and if your reputation gets low enough, you can be suspended from ranked play. One note, however, is that reporting someone for being a bad random will not hurt their reputation and will not cause them to get suspended, but instead will be used to help matchmaking. Now, we are, of course, getting some new environments as well. The first of these is the Swamp of Love, which is where Willow and Angelo call home. It's a pretty toxic looking environment, and you can see the remains of people who rode the ride there, which is probably why it's closed for maintenance. Now, we're also getting 2 of the older 3v3 environments in Showdown. There will be the Starcade environment for Showdown, as well as Terror's Bazaar is going to be showing up too. Now both the Starcade and Terra's Bazaar will also be in 3v3 mode. And I guess there's actually a fourth one as well, since the rooftop environments is going to be for Basketball, which is back for the season, and I'm pretty excited about that. Now some other changes that are happening are to Brawlers are their effects in the lobby. You can spin them around and you can see their hair and clothes move and sway, which is pretty darn cool. And then there is another big change, and that is that the trophy road is being extended to 70,000 trophies, which I got some feelings about, but yeah, I'll wait for my free-to-play series to tell you about that. Now, the last big thing that I'll cover here is the map pool for the season. Now, I won't mention the maps that are going away, but instead, I'll just tell you which ones we are getting. In Basketball, we are getting Dancing Roof, Basket Fort, Pick and Roll, and Green Meadows. For Brawl Ball, we are getting Beach Ball, Center Stage, Pinball Dreams, Encirclement, Galaxy Arena, Off the Line, Retina, and a new map called Goalkeeper's Dream. In Gym Grab, we are getting Flooded Mine, Rustic Arcade, Acute Angle, Undermine, Double Swoosh, Hard Rock Mine, Minecart Madness, and Open Space. For Heist, we are getting Bridge Too Far, Safe Zone, Pit Stop, yay, and GG Mortuary, boo. For Hot Zone, we are getting Ring of Fire, Open Zone, Split, and Dueling Beetle. In Knockout, we're getting Deep End, Flowing Spring, Flaring Phoenix, Gold Arm Gulch, Healthy Middle Ground, Out in the Open, New Horizons, which is a new map, as well as Bell's Rock, which has some modifications now on the map. For Showdown, we are getting Scorched Stone, Feast or Famine, Island Invasion, Double Trouble, Safety Center, Skull Creek, Stormy Plains, and Marksman's Paradise. And finally for Wipeout, we're getting Infinite Doom, Slayer's Paradise, Shooting Star, and Snake Prairie. And if you're really into Power League or the ranked mode, well then, these are the maps that you're going to be seeing in the map pool. Pause it, screenshot it, commit it to memory. That's what you're getting. And that is everything in the new update except for the new Brawlers, who I will be covering in the next video, so come back for that.